Hello, I'm Antonio Mora, and this is newsandnews.com's Day in Brief. Where to start? Where to end? On a day when the man who is second in line for the presidency, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, announced he's quitting, the president tweeted he'll shoot missiles at Syria and taunted Russia for vowing to block them. The New York Times reported the search warrant in the raid on Trump's lawyer's office specifically mentioned the Access Hollywood tape and possible communications aimed at suppressing it. And the White House is reportedly not only considering firing special counsel Robert Mueller, but also Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. Lost in all that shuffle was the fact that the fourth richest man in the U.S., the head of Facebook, which more than half of all Americans use, and whose company may know more about us than our families do, spent another day testifying on Capitol Hill. You also wouldn't have heard that a plane crashed in Algeria, killing 257 people, that China's leader said he wants to embrace the world, not take it over, or that Yemeni rebels fired a missile at Saudi Arabia's capital. Those were afterthoughts today, barely covered, if at all, on a day when the Speaker of the House's announcement he's leaving Congress didn't get top billing. That leads me to today's Alternate Universes segment, where we look at the great divide between conservative and liberal media. On a day when you have such big breaking news, the cable network's agendas tend to get a little muddled because they can't just ignore huge stories, but they can approach them with significant differences in emphasis, tone, and time allotted. As you'd expect, Fox News downplayed the Access Hollywood story and the possibility of a Trump administration's version of the Saturday Night Massacre, while focusing on Trump getting tough with Syria and Russia and on Paul Ryan's resignation, but without questioning much what that resignation means for the midterms or the Republican Party. As soon as the Access Hollywood story broke, that became the center of CNN and MSNBC's coverage. And when CNN got to talking about Syria, it seemed to be more important to highlight how Trump was doing the exact opposite of what he had repeatedly promised, warning the enemy of what he was planning, after spending much of the campaign saying the days of doing that were over. And when they talked about Ryan, the focus was on the GOP's disarray. In sports, I know at least a few of you care about soccer, but the Champions League semifinals got less interesting today when Lionel Messi's Barcelona bowed out of the tournament, losing to Roma. But a dramatic penalty awarded in injury time allowed Cristiano Ronaldo to score and move Real Madrid into the semis. Finally, one of the more interesting stories of the day is that some of the top colleges in the country are being investigated for Donald Trump's least favorite word, collusion. The probe apparently focuses on whether the schools are committing antitrust violations by sharing the names of admitted students in order to enforce early decision admission rules. We have all those stories and much more updated around the clock on newsandnews.com. I'll see you again tomorrow.